Hey, welcome to that radio related video once again. And this is to complete my series where I was going from 3 to 30 megahertz in 2 megahertz segments. And there was one video missing, the one for the part of 4 megahertz down. I decided to go up to 2 megahertz because I wanted to do a 2 megahertz segment on this one also. Keep in mind that shortwave technically starts at 3 megahertz. When you look at a definition of what's shortwave, it's from 3 to 30 megahertz specifically. So 2 megahertz would technically go into the medium wave. So let's tune around from 4 to 2 megahertz because I was going backwards in reverse. So I started at with 30 megahertz to 28 and 28 to 26, 26, 24, so on. And now is 4 to 2 megahertz with comments, of course. One question that somebody asked, and it's a very good question, and actually I was pretty sure that someone would notice that I did that. Now this is my noise level at 4 megahertz, and it's gonna get probably worse at 2 megahertz, or at least stay pretty much the same. So what I do is I actually put a 10 dB attenuation, and I could almost put a 20 attenuation, because basically signals below this noise level I cannot hear, or they're not going to be, if I can see or hear something, it's not going to be strong enough to really be there to listen to. So I put a 10 dB attenuation to slightly lower my noise level on the S meter, and I know that I'm not going to miss out on any signals anyways. And actually it does improve slightly the kind of signal to noise ratio, because there's less noise in my radio. It kind of improves slightly the signals that actually make it through the noise level. So let's start tuning at 4 megahertz down. The first thing we'll encounter is the 80 meter amateur radio band, which is a very popular nighttime band for AM radio operators. So let's start tuning, and notice that the signals in that 80 meter portion of the amateur radio band is in lower sideband.
W4VX. Maybe I'll make CFL back there again. These storms up here. Okay, and he is in the capital, is that correct? Okay, thank you very much. Number 4, Kilo Delta Papa Hotel Golf is Richard. He is in the state capital of West Virginia. Kilo Delta Papa Hotel Golf, Richard, in the state capital of West Virginia. Any more 8? Capital of Ohio. Capital of Ohio. Alright, I got some doubling there. One more time. Capital, Ohio. Ohio. Alright, well that's easy enough to fix. People in West Virginia are in fact still open.
A little comment here on this.
Number 4, Kilo Delta Papa Hotel.
This is what we call a net. Lots and lots of amateur radio nets exist, and if you Google amateur radio nets, you'll actually have lists of nets around. A radio net is basically a place and a time, frequency and a time where people gather around a common subject. Some are just for check-ins, some are for special events, some are, long time nets. They've been there for 40, 50, 60 years. Others are brand new nets, you know, come in all the time, brand new ones, old ones go away. But radio nets are fun because lots of these nets will have followers, and you'll have the same AM radio operators day after day, and you know, they can talk about different subjects. So it could be really interesting. Some are just check-in nets. There's weather nets, people talking about the weather at different parts of the areas where they are from. So it's a fun activity, and if you're a ham radio operator, nets can be an interesting way of actually getting the most out of your hobby. So let's continue. 80-meter amateur radio band. Little part of the band from about 3865 to 3885, I would say.
But the good thing about it, it's got four.
Lots of AMers. What's AMers is AM radio operators that actually enjoy using the AM mode. And so in the 80-meter band, 3865 to 3885, that's about where you'll see AM band users. You have some on all amateur radio bands, for example 7290, around 7290 for the 40-meter band. I believe 14290 also in the 20-meter band. There's 21420 or something like that on the 15-meter band. And the 10-meter band has from about 29 to 29.100 where you've got AM stations also.
That's the whole thing. Look at, well, Blaine sent the things to turn on.
Basically, there are people enjoying the AM mode because it is a very nice audio compared to Sideman, for example.
From the rope. Actual box. People go crazy over people. Some retard was on there selling the actual box.
3765 is a very, very popular local frequency here for French Quebec. Lots of South Quebec French stations actually hang around here, 3765, and lots of interesting conversations, very technical, lots of very technical conversations here. One of my favorite frequencies for French speaking Southern Quebecs. It's really, really nice. These stations are basically 100 or so miles around Montreal. You see here 3730 AM. I believe this is kind of the AMers for Canada. Then you'll get into a part where you'll have some digital signals here, and then we get into CW mode. .3581 is a very popular frequency for those trying to get their AM radio license with Morse code, because W18W is there, and this is basically a Morse code lesson. And every night they start at low speed, like 5 words per minute, and gradually increase to 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30 words per minute, so that you can practice your Morse code decoding. It's very useful. So the rest of the band here at the bottom for 3500 CW signal, which is Morse code. And here we cross into a portion that is more of a utility signal below 3500. Surprising that we don't hear any weather. 3485 is often New York and Gander radio weather. .350. This is part of the 90-meter broadcast band. 3350 is most of the time Radio Exterior de España from Costa Rica. CHU time signal on 3330. Always a pretty good signal into Montreal at night. By the way, we are at 0200 UTC. I forgot to mention the time at the beginning of the video. I'll add them to the notes. Very good signal for CHU Canada here.
CHU Canada, temps universel coordonné, 2h15.
2 hours, 15 minutes.
I'm a little more than 100 kilometers away from the CHU transmitter site. This is W. US station. So 3215 is a US station, which is basically WWCR in Nashville, Tennessee, USA. .3185 is another US broadcaster, and it's WWRB from Tennessee also. And then we're back into the rest of the band, which will be utility signals all the way down to 2 megahertz. So this is radio teletype. Digital signal on 2844. This is a WWV Colorado frequency. Sometimes in the middle of the night I can hear it, but I don't hear it very often. Mostly because of my noise level. One frequency to mention, 2182, which is a international distress call frequency. Lots of countries are monitoring this frequency, 2182, for distress calls from boats, ships. Here in Canada, we are actually the Canadian Maritime Service, as I believed, discontinued the listening of 2182, and lots of countries are actually abandoning the listening of 2182. But it's still used, and it's still a international distress call frequency. here we are at 2, and I'll just go a little further because there's something left interesting. By the way, New York radio on 2 megahertz, which is baffling everybody. We're wondering what is it doing there. It's the same broadcast that they have as 3485, so it's pretty weird. Seem to be off 3485. That's interesting. So if I continue a little bit down, this is from 1.8 to 2 megahertz is the 160 meters amateur radio band. So we'll see if anything's there to listen to. Usually 1850, but maybe it's a little early. Some Morse code here, and it ends at 1.8. So that was the last video on my series. Hope you enjoyed this one also. Lots of cool, nice comments about my video series. You seem to enjoy it a lot, and I really enjoy making them also. And I want to end this video by saying that, hey, I just passed the 1,000 video mark, which is pretty cool. When I started making the videos, I wasn't sure I'd go to 1,000 videos. But here we are, and hey, hopefully we're going into 2,000 videos, and even more. So thanks for all the great comments, by the way. Really enjoy all the comments. I really enjoy answering all those questions and talking about radio with all of you guys. It's really cool. And so another little comment here is the fact that some have been talking about that famous The Expedition, if I'm going to make it someday, and I really want to make it, and you will have videos of The Expedition in the coming week or two. The major problem with the Expedition was work. I just had so much work. Usually I'm a tech guy. I repair computers and help others with their computers, as with my own company here in Montreal. And basically it's a little more quiet in July because of the vacation and the warm weather, but this year it's just incredible. I have so much work. So I had a little problem finding a hole in my schedule to make that little trip, but I promise you'll get the videos soon. So stay tuned. And 73.